Hey everyone, my name is Mike. I'm actually Greta's dad. There's Greta. Hi Greta. Greta, come here. Now you normally see me working on firewood using my chainsaw, my log splitters. But today, I thought I'd give you a tour of my workshop. Come on, Greta. I've had the shop actually for quite some time. We make furniture in here, like this replica of a desk by the Shakers, made out of pine. With a cedar bottom. We kind of antique it. We also make these shaker chairs. There's one on top of the table saw over there, and there's 4 over here. Made our ladder back. Again, replicas of some shaker originals. And we also have this bench, a shaker bench. Now, on a previous video, you probably saw me making this wall art made of scrap pieces of lumber or hardwoods. So anyway, this is my shop. This here actually is the miter station along with the radial arm saw. This is an old Sears Craftsman radial arm saw. I need to actually put a new blade on it. I just got this blade. It's a Freud blade. It's made for a radial arm saw. It has a negative hook angle on it, so the saw won't climb on you when you're actually making a cut. In other words, it won't go like this. There won't be any sudden jerks. So, of course, we have a regular miter saw in here. This is a dedicated spot for the saws. Some storage down below here. Oh, miscellaneous things like paints and stains are kept down here. Some hand tools. I've got my little Morrison machine. I don't know if you can see it down in there. That's a great little tool. Dust collection over here. Another miter saw, actually right there. Yeah, we got quite a few miter saws. Yes, Greta, I know. Compressors. This is a big one. It's Harbor Freight. Compressor works great. Got a little small one over here. We got our lathe over here, a Delta lathe. We use this lathe to actually turn the chair parts over here using the lathe. We have storage right here. Let me see, I can back up and you can see it better. It's actually a scaffold that I use to hold all of the cutoffs and whatnot. More storage over here, some Harbor Freight tech carts, I think is what they call it. It holds a lot of my screws and nails. Some measuring tools in here. And these are accessories for my drills. More tools that I use again for like jigs, hanging shelves and whatnot. And in here we got some planes, some sharpening irons and whatnot. Always have safety protection like for my hearing, my knees, my lower back over here. Actually, this one, an old weightlifting belt over here as well. I have a cart here that is full of the tools that I normally use on a regular basis, so I kind of try to keep them handy. Whether it's like a hammer like that, and some sandpapers, and some measuring tools, and brad nailers in there, a little mini sawzall and whatnot, and some extension cords. Over here, by one of the garage doors, we've got our sander. This is the dual sander with a disc and then with a belt. And over there is the oscillating spindle sander, one of my favorite tools. That's a Grizzly. Both these units are made by Grizzly. And then over here I have a Delta planer, and right next to it is a Delta router table setup, which is very useful. And then also have a little cart here, that storage for some nail guns and other hand, mostly air tools in there. And I have this drawer full of, again, miscellaneous hardware. And the real big tool, of course, over here, we've got our Delta Unisaw. We spent a lot of time on the Unisaw. It has a Biesenmeyer saw fence. I spend most of the time using the table saw and all the tools here at the shop. Another saw that we have is our Grizzly bandsaw. I actually just upgraded this recently. I added this resaw fence. And truth to be told, it took me 7 years to put this on. but I finally did. And it works great. So, took me a long time to get it done, but I got it done. One of my favorite tools in the shop is this, let me turn to my left here, is this sanding unit. It's made by Woodmaster. It's a 38-inch wide belt sander. And I tell you, I hate sanding, especially by hand, but putting pieces through here, it does a great job in no time at all. And it really makes sanding more of a pleasure than a chore. We've got a couple of mobile units here. Another miter saw. It's a rigid miter saw I sometimes have to take to a job site, and along with this rigid table saw. Being mobile with these, being on wheels, it's really nice to bring them to a job. Knowing that I can bring a table saw or a miter saw and have them here, but when they're in the shop, they're folded up and just stored away unless I need it, then I'll pull it out. I have another storage cart over here. This is kind of the battery charging area. I charge all my batteries in here, and I've got a few miscellaneous things in here, some extra blades for the joiner, for the planer. I put all of my wrenches in here. I've got some more wrenches in here, a tap and die set. And in here, I think it's just, yep, some more wrenches, paint scraper, bolt cutter, big heavy duty breaker bar. I have dust collection for the shop right here. This is a big Delta unit. Works great. Helps keep the dust, as much as dust as possible, contained. When I connect it to the table saw, right over here. Just actually the hose right here, right now. I was using it the other day. And I'll connect it also to the planer. The planer produces a lot of dust. So putting it on there comes in very useful. And we also connected, of course, we also connected to the sander here. There's a unit right up in here, and then I connect that hose to catch all the dust. And in the joiner, this is another tool, another major power tool that I use quite a bit of. And there's the sanding port, catch all the dust. This unit, most people don't really know what it is. What it does is helps flatten stock and puts a nice edge on it as well on the horizontal plane. Comes in really handy. This one is a 8-inch joiner. And oh, there's also my Grizzly drill press, variable speed. I have half and half. I have half Grizzly, I have half Delta tools. A friend of mine gave me this. This is a sled that goes on your table saw. A friend of mine gave that to me. He made it. We have lots of clamps in the shop. Here's just a few of them right there. Some hand clamps, some up there, and then a nice row of woodworking clamps here. These are Bessie woodworking clamps. I got a few hand tools right there, a couple saws. I also have some clamps over here I forgot to show you earlier. These are Jorgensen clamps, again, woodworking clamps. I have a heater that I bought this past winter. It gets really chilly here in the shop during the winter time. So I bought this and it really helps. I turn it on for about maybe half an hour before I actually start working in the shop, and it keeps it nice and toasty. It's great. It's really nice. It got some lighting, of course. I actually need to get some more. These are the LED lights, those. I unfortunately have some old fluorescent lighting up there, and I just need to replace those fluorescent lightings and get more of these LED ones. I have a couple of them right now. One above the table saw and one above the joiner here. We have more storage up here. Got some storage up there. I actually have some storage over here near the workout area. I had picked up some old reclaimed lumber. That was actually a video I had made about a month ago or so. And this is where I was storing it, in here and in here. Some old growth Douglas fir. And then there was some over here too, just above the miter station. So that was going to be some projects. Actually, one of the projects we made was this this tray. This is made out of recycled wood. I was selling that on Etsy. Over here, near the lathe, is a file cabinet, and it has all my woodworking magazines and some woodworking books. Some old toolboxes that I use to hold miscellaneous things. Oh, I didn't show you this. Get it close up then. These are all my wood lathe tools. Actually, I need to get some more. I'd like to do some bowl turning eventually one day. And also, I wanted to show you the storage over here. I forgot to show you this. And this is where I have a lot of the woodworking books as well, up here. So I've got a lot of magazines, I got a lot of books, all woodworking. There's my scroll saw. There was another video I had made for when I was making my firewood stand, and I used the scroll saw here to make the letters that I put on the firewood stand. Firewood for sale, hardwoods, softwoods. So that came in really handy. I have some storage up there. It's mostly personal stuff that's up there. And then over here is my workout station. I have a seated calf raise machine there. I have a squat rack, a flat bench. I have a leg extension, leg curl machine over there. And then I have a hyperextension sit-up bench over here. I got to stay in shape. I'm 64 years old, and doing firewood, it's not easy. So I got to stay in shape. And this helps, lifting weights and whatnot. I have some more stuff up here. That's for the compressors. I got some sawhorses. And that's about it. that's my shop tour. I wish it was bigger, especially when I work on these projects, because there's nowhere to store them just yet. Eventually, I'd like to make another outhouse, or not outhouse, I'm sorry, outbuilding, and I could store all the projects in there and any lumber that I will have available. So I do have limited space in here, but still, it works, and it's a lot of fun working in here. Greta's in here with me a lot, right, Greta? Hi, Greta. She's the boss. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that with you today. I know I don't normally say much on my videos. You probably just hear me grunting and groaning when I'm doing the firewood. So, but I thought it'd be fun to share with you guys all the shop layout and whatnot, and show you what I do other than just firewood. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe and share. All right. Have a great, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.